Greg, let's talk about set-top box data, or SIM has recently changed the nomenclature, return path data.
Okay.
What type of work have you done with it, and where do you think it is in the industry at this point?
Well, I'll take the second question first. I still think it's very early stages. I think it's a valuable tool for those long tail networks that Nielsen sample is not really adequate to measure. I think there's a lot of fascination, obviously with actual census level viewing behavior and data for millions of set-top box households. Um, I think the industry clearly hasn't really figured out a lot of the key issues, such as demographics and uh, issues on when the set-top box is on and there's no viewing, which we know happens a lot. There's a lot of really key questions that I think need to be answered before it becomes mainstream. I don't think it's the savior that many thought it was a few years ago. I do think there's a lot of insights and intelligence that can be learned from that data. We've looked at a lot of commercial retention and viewing behavior in during the breaks that we weren't able to get at with minute by minute Nielsen data. So those insights have helped us manage the way we schedule our network to boost viewing behavior and also make it a more valuable experience for our advertisers.
You had mentioned the challenges, obviously recognized challenges with return path data,
Yep.
such as set top box on and TV set off. A lot of companies, including Nielsen, are hybridizing the data fusion, data merging.
Yep.
Do you think that that is a way of helping return path data overcome these challenges?
I think it's an unfortunate necessity. I mean, the data by itself has limited value until we take what we know from actual panel-based viewing behavior from the Nielsen panel and apply some of those learnings and factors to this data to make it more actionable. So I do see us going more in that direction. I think it's necessary. I think it's going to be a slow process, and it's going to require a lot of industry collaboration to get there.
What do you think the time frame is?
Oh, I was told by my boss never to make those sort of prognostications. I don't know. It's a bit frustrating at times being in this field for almost 20 years, and everything seems to be 3 to 5 years away, and then 3 to 5 years later it's still 3 to 5 years away. So I'm not going to make a prediction. I don't think it's as soon as many people would like it to be.
So even though we're not really in a position to look forward with any great certainty with the changing landscape, can you look forward to the next 3 to 5 years and give us a sense of where you see the media industry?
Sure. So I've been asked that question many times throughout my career. This is the first time I'm actually bullish and optimistic about more accountability. I think that the tools that are coming to market, and when I think of these data sets, I think of like Nielsen's Catalina, which actual purchase behavior data married with viewing data, which gives you that single source data that we've all wanted. I think there's going to be a lot more analysis on what's the impact on sales, on actual surfing behavior, on researching products and services. I think that the industry is moving more towards accountability, which is a really good thing. I think the strong content providers that have engaging content will do well in that environment. And from a researcher's point of view, I think a lot of the questions that have been out there for what seems like forever, like wear out and reach versus frequency and optimal frequency, now with this actual purchase behavior data, I think a lot of those questions are going to be answered over the next 3 to 5 years, and it's going to be an exciting time.
So as we begin to match more to actual targeted / individual behavior, what do you think the issue of privacy will be in this area?
Fortunately, um, from where I sit, it's a concern. Obviously, um, I'm told by our lawyers and the lawyers of the vendors that I work with that the way they match these data sets, there aren't privacy concerns. Do I think that issue might rear its ugly head from time to time? I do think there's some outstanding issues, but early indications are that that a lot of these new data sets do meet these requirements, and I am a little optimistic that we can get past that hurdle. So in all the research that we conduct, we make sure we're compliant with every industry regulation and very sensitive to privacy, and it's an integral part of every study design that we implement here.